Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Shoreline Arts Alliance's Future Choices 2021, our annual Juried Student Art Competition and Exhibition, which we've been celebrating for high school visual artists since 1984. Yeah, 37 years. I'm Eric Dillner, CEO of the Shoreline Arts Alliance. Thank you so much for joining us for an exciting celebration. To all you artists out there, today we celebrate the gifts you bring to us as we've experienced your creative genius. Your thoughts, feelings, and importance as individuals has great impact on every one of us. I want to thank each and every one of you for your willingness to share your great talents. Your gifts of creativity give me hope for all the world today. So thank you, and continue to do all that great work. Parents and families, wow, thank you so much for encouraging your children to express themselves in such a positive and creative way. Again, I get chills thinking about all the wonderful work that's out here. And then I'm so glad I'm not a judge to try to figure out who the winners are, because there's just such spectacular work. So again, thank you. And arts teachers, wow, your gifts are immeasurable, especially in this crazy year. Your encouragement of getting the artists' work to us and helping them find their way to us, we can't thank you enough. When we have no idea actually how difficult these times are for you. Just know that we're here for you, and we so appreciate everything that you do. And we encourage you to help these folks find their way to our scholarship program in just about a month. So thank you so much for all you do. As you know, this is a very competitive competition. Artists have been selected from the best of the best from 24 towns here on the shoreline. So congratulations. I hope you understand what an honor it is to be selected to be in the show. To be a part of this virtual show is a really, really important award in itself. The additional awards tonight are really just further recognition of your work. So again, I wanna say thank you to all of you who submitted. Keep trying, keep working at it. Find ways to make yourself better so that we get even more from you each time. I want to just say thank you so much to all the wonderful folks who made this possible. As you can imagine, Shoreline Arts Alliance's sponsors all found other things that they needed to support this year. And so my board and a few of our spectacular volunteers, Andrea Aaron, a volunteer who's just extraordinary, they all dug deep and they found a way for us to continue on with this process. So again, I just can't thank you all so much for making sure that we can recognize and reward these artists who are here tonight. So it's so nice to be with you all, and we're here to support you. I just hope that message comes out through loud and clear. Your dedication and the commitment to your work is what drives us to continue to move forward. So today we've combined some of the award categories. So you'll see that it's a little less, I'm not going to say organized, but a little different than before if you've been to our award ceremony. So we've combined some of the awards and you'll see how that works. First and foremost, the first category is actually video and animation. I'd like to introduce to you our chief judge of the video and animation category, John Tintori. He's edited over a dozen feature-length films, including 8 Men Out, True Love, Dogfight, and Mr. Wonderful. In addition to his feature credits, John has edited numerous TV commercials, music videos, and short films, including Trevor, which won the Oscar for Best Dramatic Short Film. John has written several screenplays, including Wise Child and Murder Most Foul for Columbia Pictures and Interstate for HBO. He co-directed with Mary Sablowski, Hellcab, an independent feature film starring John Cusack, Julianne Moore, John C. Reilly, and Gillian Anderson. He's been a member of the Tisch Kanpar faculty since 1997 and has served as the chair of the graduate film program at NYU since 2005. He was also the chair of the graduate film program at Tisch Asia in Singapore in its initial years. John, thank you so much for being here. We are so honored that you take the time out of your busy schedule and tonight to join us to help celebrate these awards and to present them. So without any further ado, John, why don't you take it over here and help us learn who the winners are and the results of the student works. John.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much, Eric, and thank you for all the work that you do and the whole team does. It's really terrific. And my congratulations to everybody who submitted work this year, to everybody who's making work right now. It's great, and a special shout out to the filmmakers. You know, it's what I love. It's what I do. And it's a complicated medium. You're juggling so many different things, the visuals, the audio, the music, story. So it was really fun to see, for me to see the work this year, and especially just how well people balance all those elements of filmmaking. And I also want to congratulate again, as Eric said, all the parents and the teachers. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so let's get on to the awards. In video and animation, third place goes to Valerie Thompson for Love Letter from Daniel Hand High School. Congratulations, Valerie. Second place, Giovanni Edwards for Figure, also from Daniel Hand High School. Congratulations, Giovanni. And first place, Lucas Harmon, America Down, also from Daniel Hand, a clean sweep for Daniel Hand. So congratulations to all the filmmakers.
Well, thank you again, John, so very much. Is there anything that, just to put you on the spot for a minute, is there anything that that comes to mind as you viewed all this work, and any impressions that you had from the body of work that you saw?
Yeah, the thing that I was really impressed with was how much the filmmakers were talking to they were communicating to the audience. It was a real conversation with the audience. And that's something that we stress at NYU. And I look for that, is like to remember that there's somebody that's watching this film, and how are you speaking to them? How is that relationship between the artist and the audience? It's really an important piece of it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much again. And sorry, we decided not to take the time to show all these videos, but make sure you go to the Shoreline Arts Alliance website, www.shorelinearts.org, to see these. So the next person I'd like to introduce you to is Alice Chittenden. Alice is a ceramic artist who holds a BFA degree from University of Hartford and an MALS from Wesleyan University. She has studied at the Haysack Mountain School of Crafts, the Penland School of Crafts, and Alfred University. She maintains her own studio, and for the past 5 years has participated in the Shoreline Arts Trail. So make sure you, when we get that going up again, make sure you check out her work there. Her work is in the Jingjiang Ceramic Institute in China and private collections in UK, Australia, and the US. Alice, we're so thrilled you're here today to take us through this. We've also paired the ceramics and sculpture category together. So Alice, would you take us through those and maybe share a little bit about each work?
Thank you, Eric. Welcome, everyone. We're starting, I believe, with the honorable mentions. This one is by Madison Neviaser, a set of 2 teacups from Valley Regional. These are hand-built cups, nicely matched, classic profile. The hand of the maker is evident in them, and it's very nice. Madison has chosen a really attractive glaze that lends a lot to the pieces with lots of movement. She's also added some surface texture, which serves 2 nice purposes. One, it can be appreciated by the eye and the hand as well. That's a nice set. Okay. All right. Our other honorable mention is by Hannah Tejedor, a coil vase. This too is a nice piece. I was impressed by the fact that she had such a nice form, swelling form, and narrowed it in, and that rim is superb. It's even, it balances that weightier bottom. Just really nicely done. It's another piece where the surface treatment enhances the form. Okay, this is our third place winner, Morgan Schultz from Haddam-Killingworth High School. It's a pit-fired piece. Pit firing is an ancient technique of firing, just from the days before we had kilns. You go out and dig a hole in the ground, and the hole becomes the bottom and walls of your kiln. The pieces are placed inside, and combustibles are used, grasses, wood, things like that. And it's you never know what you're going to get. There's no two pots alike. This one is very nice. And it lends itself to pit firing, going from a nice, a narrow opening, swelling out over the shoulder is a nice area for those marks of the fire to be appreciated. Our second place winner is Franchette Donato, Golden Ewer, Old Lyme High School. This is an ambitious piece. When you are combining parts on a ceramic piece, in other words, you're adding and building, you are looking literally and aesthetically for a balance. And it can be difficult. Things, when you make ceramic attachments, you need to make sure that the clay is stiff enough to hold its shape, but not so dry that you can't get a good bond. And I like the fact that the side additions are not symmetrical, they're asymmetrical. This has a nice balance. And I think her choice of a single glaze for this piece really allows us to appreciate the form. Our first place winner is Marina Maluzzo with her sculpture Persephone, first place in sculpture and ceramics, Old Lyme High School. This one, I really miss the fact that I can't walk around and look at this one because the two sides are different, the face is on the front, and you can see the back. But I have a feeling that as you walk around it, you can see it change and then come back to this itself again. She has some color, and the second, you can see that in the second image. But I like the fact that she's used a bit of an understated glaze for this. It's a translucent glossy glaze, but it really lets the light reflect in places. And it also enables you to appreciate the subtle changes in surface texture. A very nice piece as well.
Well, thank you, Alice, so much for sharing that with us. I love your descriptions. Thank you so much for helping us learn as we go through this process. Thank you so much. And congratulations to you all. I'd like to now introduce you to Irene Liebler. Irene is a fine art photographer. She creates whimsical and conceptual photo composites and portraiture featuring expressive figures, vibrant colors, dramatic lighting, and crisp details. Her technique of layering multiple images into stylized, surreal narratives has become her style and gives her work a storybook quality that draws viewers into their magical nature. Irene graduated with a BFA from UConn Stores and has won numerous awards for her work and continues to exhibit in Connecticut and New York. Irene, we'd be honored if you could share a little bit about our photography category.
Thanks, Eric, and congratulations to all of the artists. I'm happy to be here and to award these the next awards in photography. The first one is honorable mention that goes to June Arson for Whiskeytown from Daniel Hand High School. Congratulations. This is a great bold image of a tree in black and white that really draws your eye around the frame and into the intricate shapes of the branches and invites you to keep looking and see if you can find anything else in the image. The choice to make it black and white, I think, really enhances the contrast of the branches against the stark white sky and adds depth and helps to separate the layers between the foreground and the background. There's also a really interesting perspective because you can't see the trunk of the tree. It sort of makes you feel like you're high up in a tree as well and looking out across the landscape. So it's a neat perspective. Well done. The next award is the Ruth Baxter Tagliatella Award. And this goes to Matthew Johnson for Misty Trees, and he's from Old Saybrook High School. And this image, which might seem simple and ordinary at first, not only has a strong composition, but also a feeling, it has a mood and possibly a story. The first thing we see are the strong shapes of the trees against the sky. We notice the mist flowing through, which sort of defines the tops of the trees in the foreground and creates these lines that converge and draw our eye to the right side of the frame. And it sort of forces us to think about what's outside of the frame and possibly what's coming into the frame. There's strong symmetry, the division of the frame, the top versus the bottom, the sky against the trees, creates symmetry and a balanced sort of yin and yang composition of black and white. The next award is second place goes to Ava DiMatteo for Untitled, and she is from Haddam-Killingworth High School. This piece, I love the playfulness of this image, the girl peeking out at the viewer. She's half hidden. She has a mischievous sort of expression on her face, and she's using the element of a frame within a frame with patterned yellow flowers on it to add to the playfulness of it. I love the way the light sort of rakes across her face, creating that nice highlight on the nose and also enhancing the texture of the crinkled paper. There's nice control of the compositional elements, the angle of the paper that leads the eye around the frame, the balance of the curves of her chin and the top of her forehead, sort of at the top and the bottom, creating sort of a circular movement around the piece that helps your eye go around. Nice use of shadow as well, separating paper from the face and adding depth to the image. First place in photography goes to Haley D'Alessio for Sweet Tea from Daniel Hand High School. This image is very intimate. The subject matter, the extreme close-up and bold crop of this image creates a lot of impact, and it forces us to see something we don't see that often, especially not that close up. Our eye moves around, starting with the lips and onto the droplet of liquid, down to the chin and across the lines of the face to the right side of the frame and back up again. I love the shallow depth of field and how the lips and the droplet on the lips, which is just about to drip off, is tack sharp and in focus. And I love the complementary colors, the warm reds on the right side of the face versus the blues and sort of cooler tones on the left. It's very real, tactile. You can almost taste it. Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much, Irene. Thank you so much for those great words. Yeah, wonderful work. Thank you all so much for that. I'd like to introduce to you now Mark Battista. Mark is a freelance artist and fine art photographer. He was born in Connecticut and graduated from Pear College of Art with a BFA. He studied under renowned artists such as Ken Davies, Robert Zappalordi, Rudolf Zulinger, and John Massimino. He received an MS degree in art education from Southern Connecticut State University. And Mark has worked as an illustrator, fine artist, and art educator for over 30 years. And he's won major awards and is throughout the state and the country, as well as he's a Somali Gandhi Club Juried member and is represented by the Niantic Bay Gallery in Niantic, Connecticut. And of course, you can see him exhibited all over nationally in galleries. So Mark, we'd love you to share a little bit about the painting category.
Okay, wanted to thank everybody for entering, and congratulations to all who have submitted. It's been a challenging year, and we need the art more than ever through these trying times. So I want to thank all the students for sharing their wonderful work with us. Okay, third place goes to Connie Pan. The title is Catfishing from Lime Old Lime High School. And this still life creatively plays with the illusion of space. The contrast between the 3D elements of the cat and the fishing lures and the 2D drawing of the fish creates a sense of humor and meaning in the work. And this work has a trompe-l'oeil quality. Trompe-l'oeil is a French term that means fool the eye. And when I saw this piece, it reminded me so much of some of the trompe-l'oeil artists from the 19th century. Just a beautiful, beautiful piece, and love the humor in the work. Second place goes to Anne Brenneman for Three Sisters at the Valley Regional High School. And this is a beautiful study in line, rhythm, and movement. The variety of color and shape is composed in a very fluid manner. Harmony is created through the repetition of shape, and the way that she designed it as a triptych, I thought was very, very effective. Great job, Anne. And first place for painting goes to Nicole Stevens for portrait at the Conjugate Regional High School. Sorry about that. And this painting expresses an introspective mood. Sensitivity to the media is used effectively in this image. The cropping eliminates background distractions and focuses on the emotion of the subject. Absolutely wonderful piece. I also have to mention that painting hands is very, very difficult, and she did a tremendous job painting the hands and keeping them graceful in the image.
Thank you so much, Mark, and congratulations to you all. I'm sure some of the names are even of our folks we haven't said perfectly either, so we apologize up front if we haven't caught some of your last names or first names correctly. So you can help us next time we see you. Okay, thank you, Mark. Now we're going to invite Alice back to introduce our winners in digital and mixed media, a combined category. So you'll need to unmute, Alice.
Me. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
Okay. Our third place winner is Quinn Kessel with Big Business from Middletown High School. This is a piece that to me prompts a lot of questions. The gentleman that we are looking at is smiling happily, yet his vision is obscured. And what is behind him, we're not quite sure of that at first, but then and not all those images are exactly the same. And as your eyes move down the paper, or the painting rather, down, I discovered in the bottom right-hand corner, I finally figured out what it is. These are bees dead on their backs. My guess is maybe they are worker bees. I'm not sure, but it's this has a lot to ponder, and just a very interesting work. And I think the fact that the grays and the blacks, and it contrasts with the image of business, and it's just very interesting. Congratulations. Okay. Olivia Barrett from Lime Old Lime High School has the second place award with Clown Conversation. I found this one too to be interesting. Hard to place. The background is rather quiet, and what the young woman is wearing, that and her hairstyle could be either contemporary or it could be from centuries ago. But as you look closer, You notice that in her hands, she's holding the clown figure, and then you notice the nail polish and the line that goes from her eye to the figure. And of course, the paint that she wears on her face. So I think it's a very introspective piece and a very quiet piece, but I think it's done very well and executed well. Very, very nice. The first place winner was Aidan Power's work titled Trevor. I like the square format here, and the fact that reading for the most part is a quiet, solitary activity, and this person who is reading has been set in sort of a solid, solitary, quiet setting. And our hands, the palette is somewhat limited, tans and browns and greens, of course, because it's outdoors, but the darker green is where we find that color is in the shirt of the young man reading. And the light, I like the light on the face, on the young man's face. It focuses our attention back to the central figure. We notice the book he's reading. It's just very nice. It all works together. The composition is lovely. Digital media can be tricky sometimes. Things are too flat or they're too overly textured. This Aidan has found a nice balance with this one. I think it's a very nice piece. Congratulations.
Thank you again, Alice. Yes, and congratulations to you all. Okay, we'd like to bring Irene back in to share our winners in the drawing and printmaking combined category. Irene?
Hi again. Okay, third place drawing and printmaking category goes to Marina Maluzzo for Peaceful Sleep, and she's from Old Lyme High School. And what I found extraordinary about this drawing is that the artist creates all of the elements in clay first and then arranges them as still lifes and draws them. I didn't know that when we were judging them. I read the artist's statement and found that out, and that was a real surprise to learn that. So not only is the subject matter unique and interesting, it's quirky, it's surreal, yet classical because of the figure and the hands. It's well composed, well drawn. The very intricate line work and details of the drawing are exceptional, and the use of light and shadow and perspective really help to anchor the elements in space, giving it a really nice composition. Second place, drawing and printmaking, goes to Liz Schroeder, Light Self-Portrait, from Daniel Hand High School. What impressed me about this portrait is the very courageous use of color and bold shapes, the way the artist was able to define the forms and create a sense of warm light and cool shadows on the face with really big blocks of bold color. There's a very strong composition and a nice balance between the large shapes and the smaller shapes. The detailed spirals in the background give it a lot of energy too. The expression on the face and the energetic line work perhaps gives us a clue to the personality of the subject and really makes it a wonderful portrait. And first place, drawing and printmaking, goes to Olivia Bartlett for The Puppeteer, from Old Lyme High School. This whimsical drawing of a puppeteer and a puppet is not only very strong compositionally, design-wise, but it's also filled with emotion and a story. Within a small square, it seems like it's small. I'd love to see it up close in person. So within a small square and a few detailed strokes, the artist really has created an image that implies a lot of power and manipulation in the story that's happening. The octopus is this menacing creature with its angry expression, its large size, sitting up on the stool, and its tentacles creeping around the frame with strings attached to this helpless little puppet girl. And we can't help to empathize with her. The drawing is very strong. It's got a lot of nice repeating curves of the tentacles and the body of the little girl, and the shape on the bottom half, and the white shape in the foreground has some nice curves to it that lead us around and create a lot of movement for our eye to follow. And while the simple color, I think, unifies the whole piece and makes it feel very intentional and complete. So congratulations. Good job.
Great, thank you, Irene. So we have 3 more awards to go. I just want to take a second and do a little commercial here to once again thank my board of directors for really making this happen, for being the cheerleaders behind this, and the wonderful season sponsors who have done so much to keep us going. So the Judy Streeter Outstanding School Award goes to Haddam-Killingworth High School. Now, this award is all about celebrating the teachers. It's what we we have it every year, but I got to say this year it's a big note. We wish we could give it to every school out there. This is important because Judy Streeter was a board member of the Shoreline Arts Alliance and an advocate of the arts in her own right. Amazing artist herself, and an art teacher at the old Hammond Acid School. And she just strongly believed in the power of the arts as a means of expression, as a universal language that would have lasting impact on those who created it and those who viewed it. And I think Mark said it earlier. We need all of this more and more today. So she really recognized the work of the teachers in the 9th through 12th grade and the work that they have. So congratulations to Haddam-Killingworth High School and the teachers Jason Cannon and Megan Martin. We're thrilled for you. And our next award is the Best in Show. The Best in Show award carries with it additional awards, so we'll have to talk about that. But our Best in Show award goes to Olivia Bartlett for The Puppeteer. So congratulations again. Wow, what a piece of work. And I have one more judge who'd love to say a few more words about this piece. So Mark, would you like to share a little bit about it?
Okay, when we saw this piece, we were just so moved by the beauty of this image. The print, as Irene was saying, is just beautifully composed. Every corner of the image is used effectively, and every corner has its own kind of unique, interesting component to it. The linear rhythms of the work beautifully expresses a dreamlike world, and the contrasting size of the octopus and the small clown figure draws the viewer into the image. We found that the image was ambiguous enough to keep the viewer engaged in the work, so it seemed as if it didn't tell us everything. It invited the viewer into the image to kind of interpret what we were seeing. And just congratulations. It's absolutely beautiful image.
Well, thank you. So before we finish this out here with one more award, I just want to again thank our fantastic judges, Alice, Irene, Mark, and John. They worked, it was a 3-round process where they viewed all the work 3 times, and then again, and then again, and again, until they came up with the selections for the show and for these awards. So thank you to you all again for that. I want to share before we get to the final part of that award is that Earl Killeen is a gentleman who I think he's here tonight. He in the early 80s and 90s was a real active artist in the community in Connecticut, and he was a big part of Shoreline Arts Alliance. As a matter of fact, he was a founder of this very competition, Future Choices. And for many years, he supported financially the Best in Show. And then he was away for some time and re-engaged himself with the Shoreline Arts Alliance in 2017, as well as re-engaged himself with art. And acting as his lifelong wish to encourage and support young people in their artistic pursuits, he established what we now call the annual Founders Award, the Earl, Grenville, Killeen Founders Award for Future Choices. And this award is great because it's given to the teacher of the student who receives the Best in Show award. This award offers an additional award to be shared with another student of the teacher's choosing. So it's really a special award, and thanks to our spectacular artist, Olivia, for making this happen. And this award, I guess I should go to the next slide, goes to Will Alec of Lime Old Lime, so that he can now choose who gets that award. So congratulations, Will, on Olivia and all your students, and thank you, Earl, for your continued support of this program. I can't go without saying that Earl has actually made a major contribution to the organization recently, and we are going to be investing that and making sure that Shoreline Arts Alliance has a Best in Show award in perpetuity. That's the goal with his award. So it takes artists like you today to bring us together, and thank you so much for that, Earl, and congratulations to all of our folks. Again, we're just absolutely proud and honored to have you all here as the main event tonight. Thank you. Artists, don't forget that right down the line, we have many other opportunities for high school students. We have our scholarship awards that will come April 25th is the deadline. So there's a special award for painters in that, and there's also a broad visual arts category. And so you all would surely want to be a part of that. And also, we encourage you to reach out to Shoreline Arts Alliance about becoming an intern. We have several interns. Maybe some of you even submitted to this program because of our interns, because they were infiltrating the high schools with their social media blasts about making future choices happen this year. So you too can come and become a part of our internship program. It's a submission process. We can't take everybody, but you can find that on our website. And then last but not least, we have a junior board of directors. We're starting up we every year rotate, and we're right now in the process of adding junior board members to our board of directors. So if you're interested in that, get to us quickly. Some of our final interviews are later this week, and then we'll be selecting our junior board of directors for the coming year. And we encourage everyone, just because you're a senior doesn't mean you're getting too old for that. We like to encourage you to keep around and be a part of that into your years after high school. So again, thank you so much for allowing us to showcase you all and your work. And please stay in touch with us. You're now a part of the Shoreline Arts Alliance family, and we're always here to help you. So don't hesitate. If you have an idea, never is it crazy. So reach out to Shoreline Arts Alliance and let us know how you're doing. Thank you again, Alice, Irene, Mark, and John. We couldn't do this without your generous gift to us all. So have a wonderful evening and enjoy the sun.